I asked one of my guy friends why he keeps pictures of his exes on his Instagram because I feel like most girls I know delete their pictures of their ex like pretty like right after the breakup. And he actually told me it's because when other girls look at his Instagram and see the pictures of his exes, they can see that he has dated like other hot girls and is like normal enough to date.
I'm winning any motherfucking way. I can't lose.
And so then he said that he gets more hot girls because he's dated hot girls. So really, he's using his exes as a way to get other girls.
And what's wrong with that?
And what you should be mad about is that this works. So what does that say about women? Don't be mad at him for doing it. Be mad at your fellow woman, for letting this work. Who's the real a-hole? The woman who uses this as an incentive to mess with him, or the guy who just doing what catches fish?
Next question, please.
I always tell people I will never settle for a man who stopped looking at women, who stopped following women, who stopped watching porn solely because of me, and solely because he got in a relationship with me. And when I say this, people initially are always like, what's wrong with that? But let me explain to you what's wrong with it.
And you got people who don't want to see that.
I think when it comes to men, there are fundamentally two types. There's type A, which typically don't care about women in comparison to the general population of men. They're raised well, they're not fiends, they're not the type to sit there and look at other women and think, oh my god, she's so bad. And then you have type B, which is the complete opposite. And I'd say they make up like 3/4 of most men. They don't understand fundamentally the discipline and importance of not fiending. And the reason why I say even if he stops for me, that's not enough, is because you have gotten yourself used to this habit. It is a part of your everyday life. It is neurologically ingrained into you, like you are just hardwired that way now. That now if you get into a relationship or you get married and you're only doing it for the other person, the moment things get rocky in your relationship or your marriage and things just aren't going well, or at some point in the relationship you feel like there's no future, you're going to feel comfortable regressing back into those old habits because it was initially for your partner, not for you. And now that your partner might be doing things that don't make you happy, it doesn't matter as much to maintain that value. And I'm gonna say something, and you don't have to agree with me, but I fundamentally believe this at the bottom of my heart. They will still mentally cheat on you, subconsciously cheat on you. And people think I'm crazy when I say stuff like this, but I do not think cheating is exclusive to physical interaction. I 100% believe that infidelity transcends sexuality. You can find your way into physical, sexual, emotional, mental, any form of infidelity.
Look at her. She's still running off at the mall.
And with men like that, it typically looks like mental infidelity. That is why they end up being cheaters. They end up being the kind of men who have wandering eyes. Like, what do you mean you're still attracted to women while still being in a relationship and developing feelings for them? And don't get me wrong, like, finding somebody conventionally attractive is very different from being attracted to them.
Wait, what?
We can't control whether or not we acknowledge someone is conventionally attractive. But if acknowledging they're conventionally attractive makes certain feelings arise within you, that's very telling of yourself as a person and your discipline. Like I always say, if my husband even jokes about a second wife, I'm divorcing him.
Like, what? What?
Because he's not joking. Hello, Freudian slip. There's always some level of truth to that joke. And that also means that mentally, he is not loyal to you. He does not fundamentally understand the importance of monogamy and devotion and loyalty. He doesn't see the beauty in it. He doesn't see the beauty of directing all his energy to one person and committing to them for life. And how much rewarding and fulfilling that is in comparison to having multiple partners or having wandering eyes. It's something that has become very easy for me to notice in men, especially because I am neurodivergent.
Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense.
And the pattern recognition goes crazy, but it's become very easy for me to speak to a guy just a couple of times and deduce whether or not he's type A or type B. Just the manner in which they speak gives things away, and especially how classy and disciplined they are gives things away. Just my 2 cents, do with that what you will. That's why I love myself an engineering man. They're And not only that, they're just so nerdy. They're so obsessed with school and work that they just forget women exist.
This woman is bat crap crazy. We all know that. If she's nitpicking this much about this, can you imagine how much she nag and nitpick a man in a relationship? She's never going to keep a man, I promise. Yes, men are going to be attracted to other women. Yes, most men are going to watch porn. Look, that's the last thing you need to be worrying about in a relationship. Out of all the problems that can come up in a relationship, if your man occasionally watches porn, look, that's not the problem you think it is. And using big words don't make you smart. Clearly, this woman is an idiot. But I will agree with what she said about not paying attention to women and focusing on other things. Women do find that attractive. But you shouldn't do it because they find it attractive. You should genuinely do it because you're not really pressed about these hoes.